During the late 1940s in Russia, there was this experiment that took place. It would go down as being known as the Russian sleep experiment. So, the Russians believed that they perfected a gas which would stop people from going to sleep, and they wanted to put this to the test. So they got 3 war criminals, with it being the dying days or World War II or sometime after that. These prisoners were promised their freedom if they participated in this experiment. With them having very little choice, they agreed to the experiment and were put into a cell where they would be monitored. They were told that some gas would be pumped into the room and that they would experience no sleep. They were given enough food supplies and water and a toilet for obvious reasons, and also books to keep their minds busy. And the experiment began. For the first couple of days everything was fine. The subjects had not slept, but were sane. Eventually, after a couple more days, the subjects started to behave bizarrely, such as blocking out the monitor screen with toilet paper and their books that they smeared in feces to block out so they can't see them. Still able to hear them with the microphones installed in the chamber, they were seeming more or less fine, other than one of them blocking out the screen that they were being monitored. And then, all of a sudden, silence broke out. They thought that they'd done something to the microphones, but the microphones were fine. Eventually, one of them started to scream, loud and hysterically, just constantly screaming, really loud, unsettlingly, until eventually it abruptly stopped. The subjects then started to whisper into the microphones, just gibberish. Nothing else much. After a week or so, the scientists said that they are going to go into the chamber. Of course, when they said that they were going into the chamber, and that they were going to pump fresh air into the chamber, the subjects simply said that they no longer wished to be free. Going against this, they removed the gas and the subjects went mad. When they entered the room, they told them to stand back, and if they cooperate, they will be given their freedom. When they entered the room, they made a horrific discovery. The one who was screaming had bled to death after ripping out his own vocal cords, whilst another had ripped his skin off and was stuffing it down the drain of the toilet, and was pretty graphic, whilst one subject just didn't pay any attention or was completely oblivious to what was going on. The one who ripped out his vocals was removed from the room, whilst the other one, well, the other two, wanted to stay in the room as they no longer wished to be free and wanted the gas pumping in again, so they continued with this experiment. The one who'd ripped himself apart, he was taken out for medical treatment, and once exposed to the fresh air, he died as he fell asleep. As for the third one, the one who was remaining, he began to mutilate himself, ripping himself apart, and pretty much doing what the other two did. Eventually, after so long, they took the subject out of the room, and the scientist wanted to know. He wanted to understand why he did this to himself. Because of this gas. The subject simply said, "Have you forgotten so easily? We are you. We are what are among you when you retreat into the nocturnal haven where we cannot tread." The scientist shot the man, putting him down, and as he died, he simply said, "So nearly free." So what was this gas? Did it make them go insane? Did it make them go mad because of lack of sleep? Who knows? But to this very day, no one really knows much about where the Russian sleep experiment took place and what happened to the scientists that conducted this. Who knows? Who knows?